Hello there folks, my name is Spunks and I saw The Fall Guy and it was great. Now I was really looking forward to this movie. I would say I'm a fan of David Leitch's movies. I haven't seen Atomic Blonde, but I have seen the first two John Wick movies, Deadpool 2 and Bullet Train, and I really enjoyed all of those movies really, and I was looking forward to seeing his next big movie and it looked very good. The fact that it was based off a show that I wasn't aware of intrigued me, and it seemed like he was applying his own style to it. The trailers all looked promising, it looked action-packed, very funny, very entertaining. I was really looking forward to this, and hearing that this would be the first movie to kick off the summer movie season also intrigued me. They must have had a lot of confidence in this, and I'm happy to report that this movie really met my expectations a lot. This was a really fun, solid action rom-com. First off, the action sequences here are great. This is from David Leitch, who is a known stunt performer and a really visionary in action sequences, and he delivers once again, in my opinion. A lot of the sequences are really fun and entertaining. They get really goofy and outlandish, but they never go overboard to where it feels like it's a cartoon. It's not a Fast and the Furious movie is what I'm saying. And the way they're all just put together, and the way all the stunts and practical effects are used in them to make them as ridiculous and absurd as possible was also very well done. I could not get enough of these action sequences. They were really entertaining to watch. This movie is also really funny, like hilarious even. We're not at Barbie levels of hilarious, but this is definitely a very funny movie. A lot of it is carried through Ryan Gosling, who has just solidified himself as a very solid comedic performer. He just has a way with comedy and just always knows how to deliver a line that just makes you laugh. The way he reacts and performs his character during certain situations, it just makes it so much funny. But the movie also has a lot of hilarious moments that get really ridiculous and absurd. There's a running gag involving a specific mythical character. I won't say too much about it, but every time it came back up, it was really funny. The way it pokes fun at Hollywood and the industry was also really funny. The camera tricks and how the production of the way movies are made was also really funny. Seeing the way it pokes fun at that and the corporate side of it, a lot of the comedy just worked for me. I laughed out loud a lot and consistently. This was just a really funny movie. And as a rom-com, I'm going to be honest, I thought it was genuinely sweet. I thought Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling had some very solid chemistry. You really bought that they were once together, but that love unfortunately fell through, and they just want to rekindle that love again, And once again, their chemistry, the way they play off of each other, the way they bicker, but you can still tell that they are deeply passionate about one another is really sweet, really endearing, and also very funny as well. It adds to the comedy, and the actors really make you believe that they are together and really love each other passionately. And the last positive thing I'll say about this movie is that it's just a really solid, sweet love letter to not just stunt performers, but filmmaking in general. Like I said earlier, David Leitch is before he got into directing was a stunt performer, and you can really tell he loves the craft of stunt performing and those who really put their lives on the line just to make the actors look cooler. It really does show a spot, give those people who go unrecognized a chance to live in the spotlight. You really can tell there's a love for this part of the filmmaking process. But as a whole, for the filmmaking process, even though this is a movie about making a movie, you can still tell there's a love for the filmmaking process overall, just going deep into the passion and love for making these big budget movies, going behind the scenes, seeing how it's all put together and how that incorporates to the story is all very endearing, and you can tell it comes from a place of love and passion behind this, and it was honestly really sweet and touching to see a big budget movie like this shine a light on some things we really don't get to see a lot of in movies. As for my negatives with the movie, I will say one of the big issues, unfortunately, is the story itself. Now, when it's trying to be silly, goofy, romantic, and funny, it works, but when it focuses more on the story, I feel like that's going to turn people away, because the story itself can be a bit convoluted, there may be too much going on, and even at times a bit messy, and whenever the movie tried to reel you back into the bigger picture of the plot, it just kind of started to lose me a bit. It wasn't like this is not good, but you can definitely feel like this movie needed a couple more rewrites and maybe a couple checkups on it just to make sure everything was tighter and better as a story overall. I also think that the first half moves a bit slow. It does take its time to get going, and I understand that you need to get to understand the characters, and I wasn't bored or anything, but I was kind of waiting for like, okay, well, this movie needs to pick up the pace a bit. I thought this would be a bit quicker in its pacing, you know? And the last issue is that I do think the ending goes on for a bit too long. It's one of those movies that feels like it has two endings where something happens and you go, oh, we're wrapping up right now. Okay, that's cool. But then, oh, wait, no, there's still 15 minutes left. We got to do the other ending, other big climax action set piece here. And you really feel like, okay, this could have ended 15 minutes ago. We could have really tightened this up a bit. But aside from those issues, I thoroughly enjoyed The Fall Guy. It was a very solid action rom-com for me. I thought the action was great, the jokes were hilarious, I really liked the romantic aspect of the film, and it's just a very solid, sweet love letter to stunt performers and just filmmaking in general. If you're in the mood for something silly, action-packed, funny, and even a bit romantic, I'd say definitely go check it out. This is a great start to the summer movie season. A really solid, sweet, even at times stupid, but very entertaining movie. I think a lot of people are going to really dig this. I definitely say go check this out. I highly recommend it. So those were my thoughts on The Fall Guy. What did you all think of it? If you've seen it, did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all the social media links at the end of the video. And until next time, everyone, stay sharp.